Hello, beautiful people. Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel, Looks Chronicles, where I tell it raw and real. Yes, and I'm glad to have you one more time because it's always good to interact with you. I usually really prepare myself to meet you because you are my audience and you are the people I want to address, so that you can give me feedback and tell me how you're doing and share my videos, watch them, like me, and then run a comment on my comment box, and then I can react and give me suggestions from other sources so that I can use your opinions to run future videos. Yes, and that is what I want to do, and that's what I've been telling you I want to do. So your comments and your observations are critical to me. Remember, I told you it's my opinion. I'm putting it on public view. So yeah, it can only get better because you are hearing me and you are responding. Today I just wanted to ask you a few questions. How are you doing? How is it going so far? How is your current situation? How are you coping with what is going on around you and around the world? What changes are you making? Remember, we talked about the road not taken. What changes are you making so far in your life to make your situation better, or to elevate your situation and make it better? That is very, very important to me because that is what we are dealing with and that is the situation we are in. So if we don't ask ourselves those questions, then it's going to be very, very difficult to solve either our current situation or our past situation, because just like any machine, there must be some mechanics that are used to run the engine. If you don't have the mechanics to run the engine, then you know it's not going to work. If one part of an engine is not running smoothly, then the rest of the machine is not going to work, because everything is dependent on the whole system working. And remember, you have to trust that process, you have to trust that mechanism of making things work, so that you can move in the right direction and then you can make the right decisions for yourself and for the rest of the people that are surrounding you. It has become very critical for me to discuss this, and especially because I am interested in matters mental health and what is happening to individuals around the world and around us. And if we can discuss these matters, then it will really help, because mental illness and mental incapacity are becoming a very important discussion to make, because most of us are going through that. And unless you are living in a fool's paradise, you cannot say that you don't have a problem. Unless you are living in delusion, as I said, you cannot openly tell the world that you don't have a problem and you are okay. Because if that is the case, then you are not living in the same planet that we are living in. You are living in an alternate universe, and probably that universe does not exist. I had a chance a week ago to listen to experts on matters health, and especially mental health, and they brought it out very, very clearly about the mechanisms that we need to put in place, the mental processes that we need to put in place as individuals to be able to combat mental illness, and how to alleviate it gradually so that we become more effective, better persons in our society, to be able to lead normal lives as we should, as human beings. And they brought it out very clearly, although in detail, which I'm not going to go to. I'm just going to just use my layman's capacity to understand all they discussed. And one of the things that really caught my eye is where it all starts. When you, before you even get to the level of depression, where do these things start? Another friend of mine also shared a point with me that we are children of the environment. We are shaped by the environment we were born in, the environment we grew up in, the environment we went to school in, the environment those who are working, we are working in, the environment of the family we were brought up in and we are living in currently, and also in the relationships that we had gotten ourselves into. They could be romantic relationships, work-related relationships, neighbor-to-neighbor relationships, and all sorts of relationships, because we are animals of relation. And as long as we understand our environment, then we'll be able to tackle the issue of depression. Individually, are you able to pick out the things that trigger your anxiety? Before you even go to your anxiety, are you able to pick out the issues that trigger your panic? Because it all starts with a panic. And panic is normal, because we have to panic because we are human beings. We panic because we can't afford school fees. We panic because we cannot afford rent. We panic because our relationships are not working. We panic because we are afraid that we might lose our jobs, or we've lost our jobs already. And that situation of panic is a very common phenomenon. And we need to recognize that I'm panicking, I'm in a panic mode, and this is the result, and this is the cause. So there has to be a cause, and you must be prepared for the result. As soon as you panic, then you know you are going to get into anxiety, because you are worried that whatever is going through your mind and through your life is going to be detrimental to your situation, your financial situation, your family situation, your environment situation. And so it is very obvious that is going to happen. Personally, I know when I'm in a panic mode and I get into an anxious situation, I know how I feel. The first sign is I don't sleep the way I do. I sleep very early. So if I don't sleep within the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes, then I know I'm in a panic mode. If I wake up in the middle of the night and the situation that I'm in comes immediately to mind, then I know I have a problem. So my triggers are totally different from somebody else. For other people, anxiety leads to sleeping a lot, probably eating a lot, sometimes probably not being able to process thoughts. Like, you want to deal with a situation, and instead of dealing with the situation, you just have a blank. And once you have that blank, it takes you back to panic, and then it becomes a continuous day-to-day situation. And when that happens, that obviously leads to you becoming depressed. So it's very important for us to just understand the environment. And the environment means the events that are happening or that are taking place around us in our little world. And then we get to know this is it, and this is what is happening to me. Recognizing what is happening to you and how you're feeling, I think, is a key element to moving yourself to the next stage. And what do you do in uncertainty, in situations where you don't know what to do with yourself because you don't know what is happening, and even if you do, you are caught in a time warp where you don't know where to start and where to end everything. And therefore, it is very important to know also when you look for help, because you must seek help. Ladies are able to look for help because they are wired in a different way. They talk to their friends, they can cry, they can put their life situation on social media, and maybe that is their therapy. For men, it's totally different. Being a man, I know that it is very difficult to air how you are feeling and what you are going through. But I've also learned the hard way that I must talk to someone about my situation. I could have a close family member, I could have a close workmate, or an old acquaintance who knows me well. And it has taken me a lot of time to get used to airing my opinion, to airing my view, and airing my situation. And it has really worked, because the moment I have that trigger, the moment of panic, the moment I have anxious moments about a current situation that is bothering me, I've learned that talking about it to someone, bringing it out openly to someone, is a very, very, very key factor in learning how to deal with my situation. And I've also learned, as somebody says in a quote, if you want to solve a problem, you must learn to look in the mirror. And when you look into the mirror, you're not going to see somebody else, you are going to see yourself. So you must learn to think about your situation, look at yourself in the mirror, and realize that you are the only person on the planet who can solve your problem. And once you're able to do that, then the reverse mechanisms of solving the situation becomes very easy, because you've located your problem, you have known that it's a bigger problem than you, and there are people around you that can help you. Hey, and remember, we also have counselors around. You can talk to your church person. You can talk to, if you're a Muslim, you can go to the mosque and talk to your imam or your preacher, and you definitely come up with a solution. If you are a student, you just need to look for a teacher that is close to you. You talk to your parents that are close to you, obviously. Or if you are not, you seek for help from your uncle, your auntie, or a significant adult that impacts your life and has been listening to you, so that we don't get caught up in this time warp where we are not able to solve our situation and we are not able to process our thoughts. And you know what happens when you get to a situation where you have your panic, you have reached your anxiety levels, you have become depressed. The next thing, if you are not able to sort out that process, are suicidal thoughts. And once you have suicidal thoughts, that is not the desired end to solving a situation, because you might end up harming yourself. And in harming yourself, you are also harming a whole level of people. If you have a family, your children, your brothers and sisters, and obviously your friends that are very dear to you. So before you get to that point, all those people have been put there by God to help you to solve the little problems that you might be going through. And if you reach out, you'll be surprised that people, especially the significant people in your life, have a solution to the problem that you might be facing. So I would just like us to look ourselves in the mirror and just try to solve our little problems beforehand, and then we can be able to handle the bigger things. And obviously, we can have a look at the bigger picture. I think for me, working on the YouTube channel, trying to talk to people about life in general has really helped me, because now I know I have a platform where I can air my views. And as I said, this is a way of me to vent. This is a catharsis process that will help me to become a better person. And if I can impact somebody else's life with my situation and with the way I'm able to solve my problems or my problems, I think I'll have done my part as a human being. And so let's look out for ourselves and let's look out for each other, because as somebody said, sorry for that, because I wanted to read a quote that I had found on a piece of paper, so I wanted to read it out as a final word to what I want to talk about. Nobody ever tells that emptiness weighs the most. Nobody ever tells that emptiness weighs the most. When you have blank moments, when you don't have a solution to your problem, that is a vacuum. That is an emptiness. And if you can't find a way to remove the emptiness and the vacuum in your life, remember, nature abhors emptiness and it will fill it with other things. And we don't want the vacuum and the emptiness to be filled by suicidal thoughts, because once you have those suicidal thoughts, then they are not good for you. So look out for ourselves, seek for help, and talk to someone. If you have any comments you'd like to make about my video concerning this topic, I would love to know. If I can be able to run this video again in a different way, I would really appreciate, because I'm not an expert in this matter. I'm just a layman trying to speak my mind and try to look out for you, because you're also looking out for me. Thank you for listening to me. I really appreciate your suggestions. I really appreciate your viewership, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care of yourselves. Mask up, use your sanitizer, and take good care of yourselves. Thanks a lot, and God bless until I see you very soon. Thanks a lot for listening to me. Peace.